solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Bears and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This taken in right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
They'll take that. 14 yards on play number 1. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5. Now Fields going to keep it running left. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. You talk about this Lions defense. Well, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window. Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first. A shotgun snap, Fields. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there. And they're able to come up with the first down.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here's Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5. The Fields going to take this himself. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Fields. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, 76 yards. And the Lions are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a 4-10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Fields able to find the open man. That's complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Fields. And his throw here is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Stiff-armed him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now they'll force him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Gano's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Hooker's throw going into the hands of Williams.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
The Lions at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. Fights through it. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Hooker.
Complete to right. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4.
Throwing. Hooker. That is caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hooker's going to throw it.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Hooker. And this is going to be incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
A search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now it's Fields.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
They go play action. Here's Hooker.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So this game, Charles, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the 1st half. Backups get to play in the 2nd. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
And he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Off play action. Here's Hooker.
He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On 1st and 10, Hooker.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here.
Hooker now off play action.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Chicago offense set to get started. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. What the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return is Williams. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Hooker. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Third down, Hooker looks to throw it.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
And that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Hooker's throw taken in by Valdes-Scantling.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A pickup of and goal. Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Sam Laporta from 6 yards away. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half. And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
These guys running back out of the backfield.
Now a signal in the timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
On first down, it's Fields.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was...
This is caught at the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
Gano the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Vikings who are out in front. KJ Osborne, a touchdown reception. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
The second half starts with a run by Gibbs.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
This a 2nd and 8.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Now a 3rd and 6. Now Hooker.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
On 1st down, Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. Here's Hooker to throw it.
Sliding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Hooker.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams
taking it in as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
And the Lions pressure too strong, and down he goes. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack, and speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Hooker. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, he will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Off the play fake. Hooker, he'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
2nd and 10.
Off play action. Hooker.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 16. The ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the option left is Fields.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
56 yards on the ground for him so far. 2nd down and 3. They'll give to Hunt here on the option.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And down he goes. They sack it back right around the 41-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
To throw on second down, here's Hooker. He's got this to Williams, complete.
Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Hooker.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 11.
They'll start with the option. Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 33 yards that time.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Cole Kmet from 13 yards out. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hooker's going to throw it. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Hooker. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He'll keep it himself. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here. Maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Hooker. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now a bootleg with Hooker. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery from 13 yards out. And the Lions are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chicago offense set to get started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Fields throw complete here to Kmet.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Fields on first down.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
At the 45-yard line.
Again, Fields. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanket.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Derek Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Hooker now off play action.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. We often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
On second and goal, here's the option.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Hendon Hooker keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here's Fields.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 146 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Another run for Gibbs here.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly